and welcome to Feminine Friday. I am your host, Jewel, and as you can see on my right is my co-host for the day, Blessed. Blessed, how are you?
Are you sure you're okay?
I'm great.
Really?
I'm great.
You don't seem excited about Feminine Friday.
I don't seem excited?
No.
I'm excited. This
Are
is a
you?
platform for women.
Really?
We have a chance to finally express ourselves, hear our voices. Hear our voices.
Okay.
What we have to say.
That's good. All right, Achanya Paul, this is the Utuntu show, of course. Jewel just said Feminine Friday, of course, today, and she has a very pretty, interesting interview, right?
Yeah,
quite pretty interview, yeah. If I may say.
Yeah.
You just, I don't know why you had to pick on that guest and that sector.
Yeah.
And then, to just look at that for Feminine Friday.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, on the name of Feminine Friday, I felt like she, the candidate, let's call her the candidate,
Okay. Yeah. All right.
was just inspiring. And I feel like she's an inspiration to other young women because she has started her business without any help, with
Really?
people in her ear, kind of discouraging her in a way.
Interesting,
But still, because of her passion,
Exactly.
she just went with it and she continued. And she's where she's at today because she didn't give up on herself.
Lovely. Now, before we go, we basically look at that. For example, the Utuntu magazine has, different segments. The magazine has a lot of topics here,
Yeah.
there. There's a person of interest, there's the matchmaking, then there's, all these, for example, the issues we are expecting, the topics we're expecting, this battle of the sexes. I know you're geared for that, so it's quite interesting. And then this Feminine Friday was your idea.
Yeah.
We decided to make this a part of, because I feel Utuntu magazine is already biased towards women, and then you had to include Feminine Friday. Why?
You said you think it's biased?
Yes! 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 Yes!
Why do you think it's biased?
Yeah. Just like let's say, for example, if you look at the magazine, the cover itself, you can see the topics are mostly female oriented, you know what I mean, like fashion and food. Men are not so much into those things.
I think it's the 21st century and men are into fashion.
But not as much as you women are. Look, do you know that
do you
men
not always want to look good?
Of course I do.
Do
but
you
do you
not
know
have a certain style?
I do, but you know
So-
how long it takes me to decide to go buy another pair of shoes? Because yes, but for you guys, every time you enter town, you just want to buy things on impulse because you're so up to date with fashion. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
You're the first people to experience. No, there's a very nice restaurant. Then you'll be like, okay, how did you know about that? So all these things.
Well, see, I'm saying it's not biased because. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if
Okay.
I'm like kind of snitching.
Okay, please go ahead. We're just the two of us. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but I feel like a good percentage of the writers for Utuntu are probably men. So the articles are kind of written from a man's point of view, trying to understand a woman's point of view.
Okay.
You see? And I feel like Feminine Fridays is kind of a platform. Oh, also, by the way, thank you to Utuntu for giving us this platform to allow just young women to express themselves and also just hear us out. I mean, I feel like we don't really have that opportunity as women to be heard. Our voices are never really heard. So yeah, thank you to Utuntu.
Are you sure?
Why do you want to fight with me?
No, I'm not fighting. I'm just trying to imagine that your voices as women are not being heard. I'm like, really? Because look, okay, let me put it plain. If we had an argument right here, and then we took it out on the street,
Yes.
the first person to come to the rescue or to be rescued from this argument, no matter how maybe aggressive you could be, you see what I'm saying? In short, what I'm saying is that
yes, because men have been.
Now she's behaving like I think she's in the mood for Feminine Friday. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
No, because I mean, I feel like we've all grown up to be like, okay, yeah, men always have to be the protector, and like they always have to kind of protect women because they feel as though women need to be protected and they can't do that for themselves. So that's why they will probably rush.
Because for me, I feel your voice is actually louder than men. Because imagine a man today I could be going through some tumultuous moments, right?
Yeah.
Stressful moments and sometimes depression. And tell one or two people, or just be brushed over. They'll just say, "Me, you're a man." You know what I mean? Sometimes, for example,
yeah, because society has believed you into thinking that you
so
should
now
be
whose
a
voice
certain
is
way.
heard more than
Men, definitely, indefinitely.
Are
I
you
mean,
sure?
women. Excuse, sir.
It's Feminine Friday. You don't have to
Are we
advocate
forgetting the
it.
centuries and centuries on end when women weren't allowed to work? Women weren't allowed to just do anything whatsoever up until a certain year or century. Like, we just got our freedom, actually.
From who? From what?
From men, from society, from everything.
So why are you competing with men when you're supposed to be equal partners?
It's not a competition.
It is,
It's
because
not a
I feel you are. Look, it's like it's like what you're doing is like Britain colonized Zambia, right?
That's a very
no, you said you got your freedom from the centuries of domination.
Yes, domination.
Domination.
That is a perfect word, domination.
Wow. Okay. So now,
yes,
are you a feminist?
I am a feminist.
Okay. And who is a feminist, by the way?
A feminist is someone who believes in the equal rights.
So you don't have equal rights with men in Zambia. Let's not go anywhere else. Here. Let's not go to Saudi Arabia or Middle East or because for example in Saudi Arabia women were not allowed to drive, but
you
this
see,
time
even small things like that.
that's a different culture, yeah. But they were not allowed to drive. But now the king of that country, passed a law, and now women can drive in Saudi Arabia. Now, for example, let's bring it to Zambia.
How many years?
No. Let's bring it to Zambia, like
Actually,
Zambia.
let's bring it back.
Back to Zambia. Here. So, haven't you had equal rights in Zambia?
See, there's a difference between having equal rights and being treated as an equal. Those are two very different
What's even the
things.
difference? Because look, in everything we do, you guys, you're crying for equality. In everything we do, actually, we put women first.
How do you put women first? Explain to me how you put women first.
Everything we do, men, everything we do is actually centered around women. We want to open.
I feel like most men move in a certain way whereby they feel like they do what's best for the women. Like they feel, how can I put this? They feel as though they can treat a woman a certain type of way according to their thoughts.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Maybe explain your thought on equal rights. What do you understand for me to understand your point where you need equal rights? Like even in Zambia, because I feel you have actually equality in Zambia today. Can you explain that?
I mean, the amount of sexism that I'm sure every woman experiences day to day. And I'm saying this because I experience it day to day.
Sexism, what do you mean?
Sexism. I mean, you don't know the definition of the sexist?
I want you to explain for our viewer, because obviously you're using a big word, which could encompass a lot of things, you understand, right? So, please, can you break it down, and what do you mean by sexism?
Sexism, okay, well, a sexist is just someone who does not
okay. She's trying to access the dictionary or encyclopedia. Okay, I'm waiting. You're trying to Google?
No.
Really? On TV? No, I'm not going to allow you.
I'm checking the time.
Use my watch, please.
I can't say I'm so quick.
Okay.
No,
so,
listen.
Yeah. Okay. Explain.
A sexist is someone who is just okay. He said the dictionary. See, I wasn't trying to Google anything. Okay. I was trying to check the time, so I'm not going to use the Google definition because I feel very attacked right now.
Okay. No, I'm not attacking.
So
it's a Feminine Friday, so I have to be a little bit on the softer side. This is me being on the softer side. You know what I mean?
No, this is him just being him on a daily. But Anyway,
Yeah.
as sexist to me is someone who just looks at a woman as lesser than, does not appreciate the woman, thinks that the woman probably needs a man 24/7, 25/8, or just someone who thinks a woman is incapable of doing things on her own compared to compared to a man. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay, I'll still have to argue a little bit because look, I feel maybe it's just a fraction of people who are like that. You see what I'm saying?
I feel like it's a fraction of people, but it's a good fraction of people. You know
But now you're including everybody. You're including myself.
No, listen.
It's like every other man actually.
The thing is, whenever this is the problem with men, and I said that this is the problem with men. Whenever you hear feminist, you always feel as though a woman is trying to attack you or trying to, what can I say? Trying to have the upper hand. It's not that. We're just trying to make you understand what we go through, how we experience things so differently from the way you experience things. Even just in the workplace, growing up, just the general things, the basics.
I don't know, to be honest with you, not to be judgy though, but I'm looking at, I don't know, I've always had this perception about feminists, okay, because of what I see on social media. The people that come out as feminists are people, you know, who just come to attack the male figure, okay, regardless of what you do. Earlier, before we began the show, you mentioned something about should women submit to men, you know. It came to mind. I was like, okay, but submission in which into what point, in which way? Then you remember I mentioned that submission obviously comes in when it comes to marriage, because that's where there's a hierarchy. But in society now, imagine we flip this. If I was your boss, basically there'll be submission part from your view, because I'll require you to do certain duties and I'll command. Now if we flip that, we bring it the other way around. You're my boss. How are you likely to submit to a subordinate? It's not possible. So, you understand? So certain things, I think.
Okay, in that particular example, maybe you do have a point.
Okay. Thank you for admitting. Okay. Yeah, at least I've won one.
I feel like, listen, being a feminist to me means just trying to let my voice be heard, because I feel like so many women have been oppressed and so many women are aggravated because we have been undervalued in so many ways, more than one, for centuries on end. And again, this is the man feeling attacked. He's being
I'm being typical male now.
This is the definition of a heterosexual. This is the definition of
you
proper heterosexual.
Yeah. Of course, you know, I feel, for me, for example, I like giving an example. And look, the kind of opportunities abound in Zambia today are that, for example, you and I today could start same type of business. We start companies today, the same day. In the next 6 months, what you could have achieved in your business cannot compare to what I could have achieved. You find that you would have gotten more clients than I would have gotten more clients.
Reason being?
Because you are female. And that's how much today.
That's the excuse that you're using, because I'm a female.
Yes.
Not because
there are so many opportunities for you women
I'm educated or I have the skills.
No. Look, apart from education and all that, just that, you find that, look, for me, as a man, run business, obviously I'll use aggression and all these other tactics. It's there. But when it comes to you guys, it's just that I think you're dwelling so much on the complaining. Even when you've been given a platform, you're still complaining. No, we want what? But your voices are being heard.
No, they are.
I'm telling you. Look
really
at. I can give an example. In Somin, for example, we have the female vice president. That second highest office in Zambia. Majority of these, for example, we have Mizinga Melo, who is heading one of the biggest banks in Africa. So look at that. Those are some of the
these are new improvements, and they are great improvements. But I feel as though you can literally count the number of women who are in power, just anything. Let's say MD, MP, Vice President, Member of Parliament. You can count that. No, I'm not going to say in the palm of your hand, but you could count the number of women who are involved. And then compared to the men, no.
So now you as a feminist, for example, when last, as a female, as a feminist and as a female, when last did you ever, you personally, ever try to, aspire for something you felt, this is a male-dominated area, but I'm gonna do it.
It's a man's world.
No, that's what I'm saying. Since when last did you try to go against that? And
against it, I mean, I feel like I tried to fight that just by.
Have you ever tried that?
Just trying to be myself.
Okay, in which way?
In which way? I mean, I feel as though men. This is a lot. There's so much. We've talked about so many things in this. Anyway, but I feel as though men have this kind of definition or perception of how they would want a woman to be and look like.
Look, I'll bring it to African society, African culture.
That's,
right?
And we are talking about Africa. I am referring to the African society.
For example, for me, in my culture, is that there's a way I'm being raised as a man, all right? Because obviously you expect me to be a provider. You still expect me to be a provider as a female. You could have...
No, as a feminist, I don't feel like
as a feminist, but as a Zambian female. As
a Zambian female and a feminist, I don't expect you to be the sole provider. That is why we're fighting for equality. Because
the sole provider.
Because we can both share the bills.
Okay.
We can both be doing everything.
Have you ever heard of the statements that my money is my money, your money is our money? Have you ever heard of such statements coming from women?
I mean, listen.
No, have you ever heard such statements?
Listen.
No, I'm listening, but I want you to answer that before I listen.
Yes, but at the same time, have you ever heard of men saying, "Oh, I can't marry a woman unless she's traditional and she knows how to do this and she knows how to cook this and that and she needs to do like." We can go on and kind of fight and disagree about what women said or what men have said. We are both right. One. But two, the fight will not end because at the end of the day, I still feel as though men always have the upper hand and have the higher advantage.
In which way?
Okay, I'm trying to understand how you don't see this, but explain to me how you don't see men have the upper hand in everything.
I'm trying to understand in which way. Make me understand.
The work environment, the home environment, the social environment. Let me just give a small example. Social environment. Let's say a man is seeing a woman, right? But
seeing in which way?
Seeing a woman, like pursuing a woman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's say a man is seeing a woman, pursuing a woman. But at the same time, he's pursuing 4 other women. And let's say a woman does the same thing when she's pursuing a man, but she's pursuing 4 other men as well. See, this is where I get aggravated, because on the man's side, it's going to look as though he's the king, or he's building some sort of reputation that he can get respect for, because to the men, it's like, oh yeah, he can juggle this many women, and yeah, he can do this and that, so he can be looked up to, you know. And I don't understand that. That's kind of funny to understand that. But if the men look at the women, and if they're doing that, that's just like, oh yeah, she's this and that. I'm not gonna say names, but she's this and that and whatnot. And it's not even just that. I feel like women are just judged for everything more compared to men when it comes to the home environment, the work environment, the social environment, even just the home environment. If, let's say, I'm a working woman in a household and I'm not maybe preparing dinner because I'm coming home late, so let's say I'm buying food like from a restaurant or something, like takeout, that's such a big deal in the marital home. Or overall, and I'm just like, it's small things. Like, I don't understand the
You know,
small things
I
that
don't know.
are
It's crazy. You're a feminist, and then as a feminist, obviously, you have to gain a lot of experience on certain things. You've never been married, so I've never been married. I don't know what happened. What
Okay.
happens in marriages, and then
okay,
for,
but
for
I
us
haven't.
to give an
I
example.
haven't experienced it firsthand,
Mhm.
but you experience your cousins and your nieces going through all of that, and you're just like, you can see the stress that it is for them, because they feel like they have to be a certain way for them to be accepted into the family and to get married.
Do you know? For example, I've heard statements that a man cannot understand a woman. Actually, including you women, fail to understand yourselves.
I feel like I can understand myself pretty well, but just saying.
Okay. Yeah. So from my point of view, I think most feminists, actually, you're fighting for something that you don't even really yourself understand. Even when it's there, but you're like, I want, but it's here, but it's I want. You know what I'm saying? You're just attacking the man. So I don't know.
I literally just said feminists are not trying to attack men. We're just trying to make you understand our point of view, trying to make you understand our experiences.
Because but Joel, in society there are roles I can't do, only you can do. You know?
And it shouldn't have to. That's why equality.
But there are
should
certain
come
things,
in.
for example, there are certain things
like what?
certain things, for example, I cannot conceive. Can you? Can I?
Okay.
I can't.
No.
So there are
apart
certain
from,
things, obviously,
apart
there are.
from
But now,
reproduction.
but look, that's just a prime example. There are so many things. For example, I can give an example of.
Okay, can we exclude anything that has to do with the female body?
Yeah, that's what I want to do. For example, let's go to sports. Netball. Netball was widely there. It just died. It was widely there. It was a female thing. Okay. In comparison, basketball came. Okay.
Yeah.
You women abandoned netball for basketball because men, we tend to do things in a different way. Look at how even the soccer world,
So
the
is
football
there a
world
problem
today.
because women
No, there's no problem. What I feel is that you feel what man does always excludes you. Women. Alright?
I mean, I don't think I would phrase it in that way. I don't think it's exclude. Like, I feel excluded. I just
Okay.
feel like. Listen,
Anyway,
we
let's go to the feminine part where you had the interview with Judy.
Okay, yeah, we won't stop
with,
fighting. We won't stop fighting.
Of course.
It's a first day conversation, but we're fighting now.
Yeah, you had a very interesting conversation with
Judith, yeah.
Judith Norris.
Yeah.
Of course. The owner of Nails by Judy.
Nails by Judes,
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Yeah, how did that go?
You can't remember the name. Is it because she's a female?
No,
Eh?
Judith. So I'm trying
But
to.
if it were a man,
Come on. Actually, in fact, we're supposed to be like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, just.
So would you do your nails? Would you do your nails?
Oh, please, how did the interview go? How did the interview go? Okay, yeah.
It was a very good interview. I feel
Mm-hmm.
just getting to know her and just kind of understand where she was coming from.
Okay.
Not only as a woman, but just as an entrepreneur, and her just trying to cave her way into the business world
Exactly.
was just, yeah, it was nice to witness, and it was good to experience her.
Interesting.
And also I feel it's also a good example
Mhm.
because, as I said, what she's doing is also an inspiration to other women to
Exactly.
just excel in whatever it is that you feel you are passionate about. You just need to have that drive and be consistent with it. But in the long run, you will get results, and that's what she did, and that's where she is because
Impressive.
she was persistent and she was consistent, and yeah. So
Get permission to have that on screen?
you get what?
Okay, permission from you to have that on screen.
Yeah, you have my
I'm,
permission.
I'm trying to now.
Oh,
to
you're
come-
trying to include me.
Yeah, exactly.
He's trying to include
Equal
me.
rights. I mean,
on my
I need
own
to ask
show.
for permission. Come on, not so. Because I've said, okay, let's bring that is to be aggressive. So,
Oh.
yeah, on TV.
But
You
yes.
see, I'm being a
Anyway.
good boy.
It's Women's Month.
Yeah.
We are celebrating women, by the way. We are celebrating women. So I'd just like to say, if you have any suggestions on what we should talk about on the show, or if you have anything else you'd like to share, feminists, please reach out, share your views, comment, share the video, and everything.
Of
but
course.
yeah.
All right. So at Shaniapo, we are still here on Utuntu show on ABN TV channel 107 on Top Stand Star Times channel 544. That's on satellite dish, and also you can check us on Facebook on ABN TV Zambia. You can replay this video in case you missed the first part of it. All right, and then to check the Zamgazine, the magazine online, just type www.utuntuzamgazine.com, and then you can check all the social media platforms.
Yes,
so that you
do
can
not forget to follow us on all the social media platforms.
Exactly.
Utuntu on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Yeah,
exactly.
Just keep it locked and stay tuned to more exciting things.
Exactly. So next now we're going to have an interview where Joe was in Rodspark talking to Judith, who is the proprietor of Nails by Judes. All right, and wow, you know, I've known Judith actually for a number of years.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so like yesterday I was like, you remember you used to do modeling? She was like, yeah, I remember that day, Drugs on Blue. I'm like, yeah, you know, some years back in 2017 and stuff. And then from that background, and then she's doing this now. Yeah. It's quite impressive.
It's nice to see her grow, huh?
Exactly.
It's nice to see women grow in this industry.
Yeah, impressive. Right, let's have a look and, you know, tell us what you think of this afterwards.
Hi, welcome to Feminine Fridays. My name is Jewel. I'm your host for today, and as you can see next to me is my guest, Judy. Hello. Nails by Judes. I don't know if you guys know her. I'm pretty sure you do. She's the hottest on the block right now. Okay, talking about the best nail technician as of now in Lusaka. So, all right, let's just get right into it. Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm okay. How's your day going?
It's going okay. Busy. Yeah,
I'm
trying. Yes.
So okay, let's just get down to it. Let's know more about you, more about Judith, Nails by Jude. Tell us what's that about.
Nails by Jude is Judith. Okay, let me just say Judith is Nails by Jude.
Is there anything special about Judith?
Not really. Maybe I'm the coolest nail take. That's something special, but yeah.
Oh, okay, that is nice to know. I actually like that you used her name.
Yeah.
Just to kind of be, I feel like original to it.
Yes.
It's yours to claim.
Yes,
you know?
I don't want to like have just any name. I want it's mine, you know. So like, why can't I just use my name? You know? So and everyone calls me Jude. So I was like, okay, I'll go for Nails by Jude. And how I came up with Nails by Jude.
Yeah, that is so great. Apart from the business, what else can you tell us about Judy? What is Judy about? What is she like? What is she into?
Okay, so Judy likes traveling. I'm a go-getter. I like trying new experiences. I love water. I love being around water.
Yeah.
I like swimming, but yes, so I love traveling, trying out new stuff, hanging out with my friends. Yeah, and music. Makes me well and sing. Yeah. I try.
Yeah, okay. I feel like we all have things we like about ourselves. I feel like I'm not quite the singer, but you know, I feel like I do like a little singing thing.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay, so can I ask what inspired you to start this? But before that, what did you study? Like, were you studying before? Before you wanted to start this, pursue this?
Yes, so I was doing computer studies to start working for my uncle. Yeah, but then as I started working, I didn't really like it. And I was still trying to figure out what I wanted to study, like in terms of university, like which industry I would like to go into. Yeah, but it was so hard for me to like figure it out, which is, I think it's normal to not know what you want to study.
And especially exactly.
Yeah, so I started hanging out with my friends most of the time. We would go for like studies and would like start doing our own meals, you know. It was like you're just bonding. So then for me it started growing, like the interest of doing meals, the passion started growing. So I was like, you know what, let me go into this thing called meals, yeah. Then I decided to go to school, to university or school in Namibia. Went to Young Males, I did my training with Young Males. So yeah, and when I came back, it's very good, I became more hungry to do nails. You know, I would wake up like at 4 a.m. and do nails, you know. I would invite my friends over and yeah, that's how I knew this is what I want to do. You know, this is what I want to study. I love it.
So I feel like that's very inspiring, considering not many people would take that path or choose to just not go to school and pursue a passion. So I feel like that's very brave of you.
Yeah, see, you know, we live in a society where people just think like, oh, having a job is to work in an office, or you need a degree in something, a diploma, a master's. Like you can actually follow your talent, you know. You can make something out of it. God gave us a talent, you know, then we have to use it. So I was like, I have a talent, why not use it? So it's good.
Well, I mean, so far I feel like, well, I don't personally know you, but I feel just from like an outside perspective, you're pretty great.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. But apart from this, do you feel maybe there's another passion you're trying to pursue or a profession? I mean, I know you've mentioned you don't maybe want to go back to school.
No, it's not that I don't want to go back to school. So I want.
This is your main focus as of now?
As of now, yeah, my business is my main focus. Like I want to study business studies, like business course, just to help me, because I want my business to grow. Like this is just not it, you know.
Yeah,
this is just not it for those like you say more. So like obviously I'll need more knowledge on how to run a business, because I definitely want it to grow. So yeah, I'm definitely thinking of going to study business. So like in Zambia, people don't treat this beauty industry like, we don't put in more effort in terms of like products wise. We have to buy everything like abroad, you know. Like I would like to like open a franchise like where I can like produce my own products, you know, for other nail techs, upcoming nail techs, you know, where they can come to me and like buy products. So I want to venture into that.
So in a highly saturated industry, and there's so many other nail techs in Zambia as of now, so many competitors. What advice would you give an upcoming nail tech?
I would say go in it with both your feet and don't look at it as a competition. Just focus on yourself and don't take advice from people who are not doing what you want to do or in the same industry. Because I would like to, like for example, if I want to study medicine, I'm not going to go ask a lawyer for advice, say, oh, I want to study medicine.
Yeah.
Go out, go to other nail techs, ask for help, and just do what you love. You know, if nails is something that you want to do, go for it. And yeah, just follow your dreams and you make it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Positivity always.
Yeah.
Always try to Speaking of positivity, I know you faced a lot of challenges along the way, so for you, what was that like? Like what pushed you to keep on going?
Because I wanted to see myself grow, and this is something that I was learning to love. And when you love something, you get to protect it, and you just, you know, I don't know how I can explain it, but I feel like I protect my business so much. You can mess with me, but don't mess with my business. So if you try to bring negativity, I would just use that as a positive, because they say if you're not happening, if you're happening, people will like try to bring you down. So I was like, okay, obviously, if I'm doing something good for myself, and people will obviously try and like bring you down. So just be positive and just move forward.
Yeah, in a couple of minutes, we're probably gonna see you just teach a class, and I just want to ask, how did that come about? Like, where did the idea?
Okay, so teaching wasn't in my plans, because you know, to be a teacher it takes a lot, and I've only been doing this for like 2 years. So I feel like I had so much to learn. So every time I post my work, like people would always send me messages like, oh my god, you inspire me, I'd like to learn how to do nails from you.
Yeah.
And one day I decided to teach someone. I had a one-on-one class with one student. And it went pretty well, like I had patience, I could explain things and she learned. So I was like, why not teach,
Yeah.
There's so much room for everyone, like there's always a piece of pie for everyone. So why not teach my talent? Could be another person trying to be like me, It's like, let me give out, spread out and just teach. Yeah, so I think I'm going to venture into teaching too. Yeah.
Oh, well, that is so inspiring. Where do you see nails by Judy in like 5 to 10 years? Where do you see yourself?
That's a good question, but I see it growing, I see it growing. I see having a school like Nails by Jude Academy. Like I see so much for my business. Like I feel like it's growing, still growing, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for me. And I'm so excited for it. But yeah.
Well, I feel not only you, but we are so excited about what else you have in store.
Yeah.
Just considering how far you've come and how you started out is amazing.
Jeez.
And I feel you are going to inspire so many other people as well.
It's just that people don't put so much respect on like this industry, like nails. People just look at it like, oh, it's just doing nails, but it's an art, We do so many creative stuff, like you can do so many shapes, you can do so many designs.
And a lot of hard work goes
into it. Yes, and a lot of work. But it's a lot of work, and for me to put respect on it, like put some respect on my name. I'm doing my business. So yeah.
But yeah, anyway, everyone here at Feminine Fridays and Utuntu, we love and support you through everything.
Yes.
So thank you for just giving us some of your time and just experiencing you. Really.
Yes.
Anyway guys, thank you so much for tuning in from all of us here at Utuntu and Feminine Fridays.
Lovely interview, right?
Yeah.
With Judith of Nails by
Great
Jude.
person. Such a great
Yeah,
person.
impressive and
Nice
actually
energy.
inspiring.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's. I mean, she's such a vibe. Even on her Instagram,
She's
social
such
media
a
pages,
vibe.
she's such a vibe. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, she's such a vibe.
Yeah, such a vibe. Exactly. So ish. Anyway, so I think that's where
Anyway,
we.
I think that's it for today.
Mhm.
Thank you for tuning in. Continue to tune in. And as for me, before I do you have anything to say?
No, I'm just saying, just go to all our social media and handles and just follow,
Don't
and
forget
also
to follow
Mr.
on
Blessed.
everything,
Mhm.
everything. Instagram, Twitter,
Mhm.
Facebook. Follow us. Tuntu's and Dizzying on
Of course.
all the socials, as
Yeah.
well as my Instagram is Theater of Dreams and Jewel O'Neill on Facebook. So yes, I think that's it for today.
Mhm.
I hope everyone has a good weekend and week ahead. Sending love and light. Be good to each other. Be kind to each other. Bye.
Bye.